What's up, everyone? Hope everybody's doing fine today. My name is Charlatan Boucher. I will be guiding you through a lap of Mosports in a GT4 car regarding the SCEL Championship. But before we do that, let's take a look at the full lap that we will be reviewing today. So, going into turn one, I use the second electric pole as a marker. As soon as my left pillar overlaps this pole, that's when I start to, well, maybe a bit before that pole, I start to brake and turn at the same time, just like so. And around that corner, I do a late apex. So my apex is around the end of the red and white curb. And for my throttle input, I start to put more throttle, not more, but I start adding throttle at the beginning of the curb, but I really get on it in the middle of the curb. So yeah, that's how you don't get understeer like crazy. And that curb, you really want to be careful going on it, since if you're not careful enough, you're gonna get some weird bounce, and it may throw you in the wall. You don't want to do that. Going for turn number two, um, it's a really weird one. It's a pretty hard one, weird, because there's no visuals to brake for from, so they're really far away and stuff like that. So personally, I use this little shack on the right side of the our screen. As soon as my my right side of the screen comes close to it, that's when I start to brake. Um, yeah, I'm pretty much already turning for it as I get to the right side of the track. And then you see I get close to it. That's when I start to brake. You don't want to focus on it. You want your peripheral vision. Keep a keep an. I mean, it's hard to say because you want to focus there, but still have some focus there with your peripheral vision. So it's pretty hard to stay consistent that way. But that's one way. That's the way I do it personally. So going into this corner, you don't want to brake too hard, since if you brake too hard, you're gonna have some oversteer, and you don't want to have that throughout that corner. I trail brake at around 10%, 5%, something like that, but it doesn't last long. As soon as I get to the inside of this corner, that's when I smash the throttle back. And you don't want to go too wide in that corner, because if you go too wide, you're not gonna have enough grip to go back towards the inside. And if you're too tight, you're gonna have massive understeer on exit. So you want to stay, let's say, you want to exit the first corner, the first part at the middle of the track. Then hit that second apex if you want, down the hill right after. Then it'll give you a pretty good exit. You'll be able to wash out just fine, just like so, um, and get ready for the corner right after. This one, the Quebec corner, they call it. I use this board as a braking marker. This one is pretty easier than the other one. As soon as my car gets to it, that's when I start to brake. I don't really have a marker for when to turn, but I tried to follow this new patch of asphalt they made on the ground. Try to stay on the inside of it, just like so. And then before getting to the end of the curb, that's when I start to accelerate. So a bit before seeing the, the curb end, that's when I start to smash on it. You want to be careful there because if you get on it too fast, you're gonna get oversteer again. And you want to let the car wash out just like so to the outside. But you don't want to hit that grass on the outside because it's really easy to lose a car that way. That's one of the main part that I was practicing, not washing out too wide around there, because this part can cost you a lot of time. All right, so for turn 4, you really want to open up that corner as much as you can uh, on the right side of the track. As you can see, I'm on the white line, so that's pretty optimal. You don't really need to brake going down the hill. As you can see, I don't really touch the white line at first. I'll say half a car with the white line. I do get on the brake by like 2 to 3%. That's nothing. You could do that corner without any brakes. Then I get over that curb, inside curb, down the hill, um, to really try and stay as much as I can on the left side of the track. Then again, I don't really have a brake marker for this corner, the Moss entry. So as soon as my car is straight, that's when I start to brake. We're gonna check right there. See, steering wheel is straight. That's when I start to brake. And since this part of the braking zone is a compressed braking zone, if you want to call it like that, you can really get on that brake pedal as hard as you can. There's not going to be any disadvantage, no ABS, no nothing, because it's a compression zone. So yeah, going up the hill, you want to trail brake a bit more. I go down to 25% ish. Then you don't want to hit that inside curb because you're gonna end in the moon, and you want to end the race on track in order to get good points. And you start to trail brake at like 10% or 10% somewhere around that. You want to go up close to the outside curb, and as soon as you can put the power down, that's when you do it. But be careful, you don't want to put the power too early because you're gonna end up going on the outside grass over there. But you don't want to power out too late because you're not gonna have a good exit. So you guys really gotta find a sweet spot for every single time you exit that corner. But usually accelerating after getting off the curb is pretty good if you do it progressively. Then you can get that outside curb. I'd say I'd say it's worth it. I think you can gain time going over that curb, since this part right there, if we can check, you can actually see it's a bit cambered towards the right side. So the going over there can actually help you get grip. Um, so yeah, you can really use that at your advantage to get a good exit down the Andretti straight. So after the long Andretti straight, we get to the S's. So on entry, I use the third to last and second to last electric pole as a marker, and I brake right in between them. So we go continue, I get to the middle of them, and then I start braking and turning at the same time. It's quite important to do a early apex around here. You want the early apex right here. Let the car wash out to I'd say like a quarter, half a width of a car. Let's go check just to be clear. Yeah, half a width of a car, but in between the two rumble strips. Then you wanna get close to it without really going over it. I'm sort of on it, but you don't want to go further than that. That's the like max. That's the limit you want. And so yeah, I stay super tight on the curb. And then right here, I don't really have a marker. When my steering is straight, that's when I start to brake. As we see, you want to keep the right side of the track right there. Um, steering wheel straight, brake. I start braking, and then I turn for the next corner. I downshift quite late, um, because you don't want to have extra rotation around these corners, and you wanna avoid going over any curbs around these three corners. Right there, if you touch it, it's just gonna throw you way too wide. So again, you wanna keep it tight through there to set up the next corner. I think it's called the white corner or something like that. Well, the last corner. We'll call it the last corner. You wanna throw your car to the left side of the track as soon as you can, and I use the Audi stickers on the left side of the barrier, the left barrier. I mean, as soon as it starts and my left side of the car gets to it, that's when I start to brake. Oh, boom! I start to brake. Then again, this corner you wanna avoid getting on it since it's super high cambered curb. You wanna avoid getting on it and get slowly back on the power, because through this corner I've seen I could see myself getting oversteer quite a lot, so I was really careful going back on the power. And you can go you let the car wash out to the outside wall. Outside wall. There's no walls there, but I mean the outside curb. Sorry, and you can use that extra asphalt that they've put on exit, which is a pretty good way to get some good time right there. And yeah, that concludes the lap. If you guys have any questions, let us know in the SCEL Discord, and I'll be there to answer you guys. See ya.